guys, it is story time, and I got a funny one for you here. So this is back in, must be late September, early October, when I was still brand new at car sales. I had a gentleman come in, and he seemed a little high energy, a little eccentric, and I didn't know what red flags should or shouldn't be going off with customers at this time, but he walks in and he goes, I want to take a look at your brand new Chevy Tahoes. So I get excited because, you know, I'm brand new, and I'm thinking, oh, cool, this guy's looking at a brand new Tahoe. I love these things. Let's go out here. And went out, took him out to the Tahoe, did an awesome walk around, showed him all the features. I was super excited. I was talking to him, finding out what he didn't like about him. And he goes, hey, let's go for a test drive. If you guys are new here, I could really use the followers. Please go down there, subscribe, turn on your notifications, like the video, and if you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. So I go inside, I get his permits made up, and everyone's kind of looking around, and I could tell that maybe they knew who he was. Now, on this test drive, he's driving pretty fast, but not crazy. We get out in the outskirts of Enumclaw, and if you're not from the area, it's pretty much just open roads up there. It's we're the last big town before you hit deep into Mount Rainier National Forest. When we hit those back roads, he floors it to the extent where I had to stop him and say, hey, you need to slow down. I'm not willing to die out here today. You can't drive with it like this with me here. So he reluctantly obliges, and he slows down, and he kind of goes the speed limit all the way back. Now we're looking at a $70,000+ Tahoe. So we get back to the dealership, and he goes, hey, do you have any brand new High Country Silverado diesels? And of course we do. So we go out there, and he goes, hey, let's go on a test drive in the High Country as well. So then another bell goes off, because you're talking another $70,000+ vehicle. We hop in the vehicle, same gig. He hits a back road, and he floors it. And I say, hey, you're not going to do that with me in the car. You need to give me the keys back. You need to slow down right now. He slows down, and he goes, well, I want to see what the governor cuts the car off at. So we're talking over 100 miles an hour in the dealership's $70,000+ brand new truck. And I say, that's not going to happen. He starts grumbling under his breath and drives back to the dealership. And this is where the fun part starts. So me being naive and these bells not going off. So we get in, we sit down at my desk, and I start talking to him. And he goes, you know, I really like the Tahoe. If the price is right, I'll buy both vehicles. And you know, I get to the questions, well, are you planning on financing, or are you planning on just buying them outright? And he goes, I'll buy them outright. All kinds of red flags are going off at this point, because we're talking over $140,000 in vehicles. But again, I'm new. I don't know if this is common, if this happens, if people come in and they just write checks for 140 grand for 2 new vehicles. I don't know if it's a business, right? I don't know what this guy's got going on. So I go into my sales manager, and he kind of gets skeptical hippo eyes. He's like, I don't know about this, but let's give him the numbers. So go in, give him the numbers, and here's where it hits. He goes, okay, well, I'm going to bring you back a check tomorrow. A regular customer on a good vehicle, you know, that happens. At that point, I'd say, okay, cool, let's get all the paperwork done so you can literally just come in tomorrow and drop off the check. But this guy, I take that back to my sales manager, and he goes, okay, we'll see if he comes back tomorrow. He writes down some numbers, and he goes ahead and takes off. So after the guy leaves saying he's going to bring back a check, which obviously isn't going to happen, I start talking to folks, and this is something he's done before. He's come in, test-driven vehicles, said he's going to buy, went ahead and took off. I think it was just because I was new, and because I needed the reps, I needed the experience, that I went ahead and did it. He hasn't, from what I understand, tried to max out the governor in regards to speed on a vehicle before. This was the first time with me. But he definitely came in, took me for a ride, to the extent where I had to tell him he needed to pull over and give me the keys, and I was going to let him out, or he needed to slow down. It's a learning experience. I'll know to ask better questions next time. I'll know to qualify the customer better next time. But that's my story for today.